Welcome to this live chat facility tutorial. We have had a lot of questions recently about the chat facility and how to use it, so let's get into the video. The chat facility is built with students in mind, with a tool that doesn't need to be parent or teacher led. Each of our pages are linked to the person behind the broadcast, even after it's finished, so you can always ask your questions and get a response about the broadcast. So, let's have a look at how to use the chat facility. To use the chat facility, the first thing to do is to type your comment or question into the chat box. You can now enter your screen name. Your screen name will show when you type your question or comment. Now you will see the chat facility ask for your email address. As I mentioned before, each of our pages are linked to people from the organisation who can reply to your questions. You can enter your email address, which will not be shared with anyone, to get a direct response from the people behind the broadcast. If you do not want a direct response, then click the button at the bottom. People behind the broadcast can still respond to you if you don't provide your email address. This just means you may have to come back to the page to check the response. To type your question, simply click on the chat box. You will then see two symbols appear. The @ symbol will mean your comment or question will be posted publicly for others to see. The email symbol means your comment or question can be sent directly to the person of your choice from the list that will appear. You can now speak to the people behind the broadcast and ask any questions you may have, or check out our partner pages to see the companies we work with who you can speak to right now about their current vacancies. You can also check out our careers page, which connects you to employers. Our live chat service is linked 24/7 to employers from a wide range of sectors, all waiting to hear from you. You can leave a question about how to produce a professional CV or how to prepare for interviews, anything work related, and one of our businesses will respond to you directly. You can also access a wide variety of live interactive broadcasts and video on demand with the live chat support on all pages. Now this bit is for the parents, guardians and teachers. The best bit about the live chat facility is that it is completely moderated, so you don't need to worry if your young person leaves a silly comment, as it will only show on their screen and no one else's. Another great thing about the chat facility is that it is GDPR protected, so no information is shared with anyone else. We will protect all email addresses and will never share personal information of the young people. If you have any questions about the chat facility or the Learn Live channel, please use the email us icon at the top of the page. Thank you, stay safe and stay tuned.
Hello and welcome to the Learn Live channel and today's Safe and Sound broadcast. Safe and Sound is a project set up by Staffordshire Fire and Rescue Service with the aim to support communities to make informed and positive lifestyle choices, improving their health, safety and well-being with some safety tips and tricks. This project runs a variety of interactive and practical workshops for people of all ages and is delivered by multiple partners and agencies such as Network Rail, New Era, HMB Training, Tamworth Borough Council and SFRS. But first, before we begin, please remember that if you have any questions, please leave them in the live chat facility next to the video player. If you leave a question on the chat, One of the speakers from today will get back to you as soon as possible. So now I'll be handing over the rest of the broadcast to Paul Carter. Paul works for Staffordshire Fire and Rescue Service within the Safe and Sound project, and he'll be hosting the rest of the Safe and Sound broadcast. Over to you, Paul.
Thank you, Stuart. Hello everyone, welcome to the Safe and Sound. Thank you all for your continued support over the last 7 weeks and for all your questions. Special thank you to everyone at Learn Live for all their help putting these programmes together every week. This week we have, in no particular order, HMB Training, New Era, Staffordshire Fire and Rescue Service, Tamworth Borough Council and Network Rail. As usual, I'll be asking you a question after each topic and ask that you put your answers in the live chat area of the screen. I'll give you all the answers at the end of the programme. So let's get started. First we're after Lisa talking about railway safety.
The Track Pack. Staying safe near railways.
Hi, I'm Ella and this is my brother Jack.
We live near a busy railway line, which is pretty cool.
But railways can be dangerous too. We call ourselves the Track Pack because we like helping our friends and family learn how to be safe around railways. How about joining the Track Pack and learning how to stay out of danger? Come on!
When you take a trip on a train, you often see lots of signs around stations and alongside tracks to keep you safe. But even where there aren't signs, it's very important not to trespass. Trespassing means going into areas which aren't for passengers, something our cousin Callum seemed determined to do when he caught his train home. We were waiting with him on the platform.
So you guys are coming to ours next month?
Yeah, gives me a chance to get better at that game. We can have a proper battle.
It's so boring waiting for trains. I can't wait till I turn 17 next month. Then I can get driving lessons.
You seem to get around okay on your skateboard though.
Yeah, check out this kickflip.
You shouldn't skateboard around the station, Callum. You might hit someone. And look, you're way too close to the yellow line. What if a fast train passes? Its drag could pull you underneath.
But there aren't any trains due. Mine is next and it's 30 minutes away, according to the board.
Duh. Trains pass through without stopping, you know, and they travel really fast, like 125 miles an hour. It can take the length of 20 football pitches to stop at that speed.
Chill out, I'll just go down the end of the platform and back. Come on, I'll be on that train for ages.
Callum wouldn't listen to Ella. Not only did he skate to the end of the platform, but he began to go down the slope towards the track. Looks like the station staff have seen him. Come back, Callum.
Alright, sheesh, I wasn't anywhere near the track. It's just a load of gravel down there, nothing dangerous.
Not just gravel, and yes, it is dangerous. The track here has overhead cables to power the trains. It can jump if you get too close. And whilst the yellow line on the platform keeps you a safe distance away, you weren't even on the platform.
You're lucky the station staff haven't come over. It's breaking the law to trespass on the track.
Breaking the law, just for going onto a bit of gravel.
Yes!
It's a wicked little ramp at the end though.
I don't think your mum would be very happy if I had to tell her you got hit by a train because of a wicked ramp. How is she going to trust you with a car when you can't even stick to the rules on a skateboard?
Alright, I get it. Come on, I'll treat you guys to a snack before I go. Least I can do for stopping me looking like an idiot.
It'll take more than a snack. Only kidding.
Hey, cheeky.
Luckily, Callum listened to us and so he stayed safe. It can be hard sometimes to stand up to older children or people we like, but rules around the railway are there for a reason. You could risk injury or even death by cycling or skateboarding around stations and platforms and getting too close to the track. And what's more, trespassing is against the law. Look for and obey the signs and stay safely on the platform behind the yellow lines and you'll be safe near railways.
The Track Pack. Staying safe near railways. Find out more and join the Track Pack at funkidslive.com/railways.
Thank you, Lisa. The question is, what colour is the line you must stand behind on the station platform? Now it's over to Sarah to talk about relationships.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm from a charity called New Era. ERA stands for Ending Relationship Abuse. Today I'm going to have a talk with you about who we have relationships with, what's in a healthy and unhealthy relationship, and different support networks that we have around. So when you think of a relationship, who would you say that you have a relationship with? Whether it be within school, at home, or any outings in the local area that you do. Well done. There's loads of different people that we have relationships with. Some are stronger relationships than others, some are more positive relationships, and some may be negative for different reasons. So the people we have relationships with are our mums, dads, carers, brothers, sisters, aunties, uncles, cousins, pets, neighbours, teachers, teaching assistants. It might be your doctor or your scout leader, your brownies leader, dance teacher. There's lots of people that we have different relationships with. When you think the reasons why these are good relationships, what reasons do you think they are? Well done. There's lots of different qualities in different relationships, isn't there? And some positive things that we say that are in a good relationship is good communication, trust, loyalty, respect for each other, equality. You have fun times together and you look out for each other. There's loads of different positives in a good relationship and lots of different things in there that it might involve. When you think of an unhealthy relationship, what do you think's in an unhealthy relationship? Why is it an unhealthy relationship? Within a bad relationship, it could be lots of different forms of abuse. So it could be physical, emotional, financial. It could be that you can't communicate with each other, you don't show each other respect, or it might be that it's just one person showing the other person those negatives within the relationship. If you do feel like for any reason you're in a negative or unhealthy relationship and you'd want some support, there is New ERA helpline, which is 0300 303 3778. That's available 24/7. We would usually encourage, if you feel that there is an appropriate adult around, such as a parent or teacher or someone you feel comfortable with, to talk to them and see if they can advise you. But if you don't feel comfortable doing that, there is also Childline, which is 0800 1111, and they are available all the time to help you with any issues you have, or if you feel that you need somebody to talk to. Or in an emergency, there's obviously the police, ambulance, fire brigade, which you would, if an emergency and needed, that number is 999. Can you remember what number that was? Well done. If you are having difficult times at home, or if you know somebody that needs that support, then always speak to somebody. It's really important to have a support network around you, and you're never alone. There is always somebody there. And if you have any questions or any preferences for next week, just let me know and we can do that then. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. The question is, what makes a healthy relationship? Now it's over to Heather talking about first aid.
Hello everybody, Heather and Chelsea are here again, and we're from HMB Training Services. She's my little helper. This week we have broken our bone. So we either broken a bone in our leg or in our arm. And I'm going to show you different techniques what we can use with the resources that we've got in the home. Hopefully you have got a sling. If not, then I'm going to go through some resources within your home what you can use. So if you've broken your leg, the best thing that you can do is leave them where they are. Now, signs and symptoms of a broken bone is they'll be in pain, they can't move it, swelling, deformity, bruising, just to name a few. If they are, an obvious break is where the bone has come out the skin and there's lots of blood, so we know it's broken. So if they've broken their leg or the hip or the shoulder or anywhere else apart from our arms, we leave them where they are and we will call the ambulance service 999. If it's the arm, however, we keep them in a comfortable position, and then what we can do is hopefully put them in a sling. A sling, what the sling would do is keep them happy and comfortable, and they don't have to hold it up, so the support of the sling does that for them. Now, ideally we got a sling. A sling is great if we have got one, but sometimes we just haven't got a sling. So the next best thing I have got, what I thought about what we could use is a tea towel, but the only thing with a tea towel is it's not long enough. So if I do that, I won't be able to tie it. So face the camera. So we won't be able to tie it, so that's no good. So out goes, oops, the tea towel. Doesn't work. So then I thought a belt. So the only thing with a belt is very thin, so it could, after a time, will give them some comfort. But as until we get the ambulance here or we take them to the hospital, what we can do, it's very simple. So, and it does the job while we haven't got a bandage. Okay? So, just like so, okay? And then we either buckle them up at the back with the belt or tie it off, okay? So that's one good thing about. Now, if it is hurting them with this on, we just don't use it. The other one, which is great, which I absolutely love, is a scarf. So this one's great because it's absolutely long. So, like so. Okay. And then what we would do then is tie off. So that is one good way that we can do. Okay. So that's a good one. If you have got a sling, however, or if you're in the Scouts or in the Guides, you should have a neckerchief. So if you're in the Scouts and Guides and you've got a necker, but you haven't got one of these, use your necker. Okay, so that's another tip for me. Now, how to use a proper triangle is, we always remember, pointy to the elbow. So break your arm again, Chelsea. So pointy to the elbow. Because she has broken it, and she's holding it like so, so if they have broken the shoulder, if they've got their shoulder out of socket, we leave them like so. If they have broken their arm and they're in that position, you leave them like so. So we do that, point it to the elbow, bring that back up, we tie off at the back, and what we do is leave some finger space here, and then this part at the side, all we do is twist it round and then we just tuck it under to make it nice and neat, and then we tie off at the back. So that one is for collarbone or sockets out the shoulder, or just injuries, or if they're in that position. If they have broken their upper arm and their hand, we need to put them in that position. This one is a little bit tricky, so hopefully you will remember and you can have a practice absolutely perfect for when we're off school. So we're going to practice this one again. So put your arm up. So this one is for any rib injuries. So if you've hurt your rib here, you can put your arm up, or if there's any upper arm injuries. It helps with swelling. So if you haven't broken your arm and you've hurt your wrist, or you've or hurt your finger, this is a good bandage to use. So that's another good tip for me. So how I remember this is, it's up, your arm is up, pointed to the elbow, and what's going to happen is that the bandage is going to fall off. So we need to put it on the top because the bandage is going to fall off. To prevent it from falling off, we just tuck it underneath. Then what we do then is just tuck it all underneath, like so. And then we're going to make a bed sheet. So how to make a bed sheet, we fold it under here, and then we go round like so. And there we have is a nice neat corner. And then what we do then is tie it off in the back like so. And there is a upper arm sling. Okay, so I'll show you again. So break your arm again, Chelsea. So pointed to the elbow, it goes on top because it's going to fall off. Okay, then what we do is fold it underneath, and then we are going to do a bed sheet like so, and then the two ends meet in the back middle of their back. Okay, and that is to support the upper arm, or if we've got any rib injuries. Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed and learnt something. If you have got a broken arm and it's suspected, then we do recommend you go to hospital. Signs and symptoms how to know whether you have broken an arm is if there's any swelling, you can't move without pain, you can't wiggle your toes without being in pain, bruising, swelling, can't move it properly. They're all signs and symptoms of a broken arm. You need to get you checked out at night at ambulance. Get an ambulance if you can't physically get in the car if it hurts, or go to the hospital to A&M. So that's it from us this week. Broken arms and broken bones and broken legs. Any questions, put them in the comments, and I will try and answer them as swiftly as I can. See you soon.
Thank you, Heather. The question is, what could you use as a temporary sling? Now it's over to Andrew talking about internet safety.
Hello again, good morning everyone, it's Andrew Smith again from Tamworth Council, and this week we're talking about another very popular social media app, WhatsApp. Okay, now WhatsApp has been going for some time as well, and do you know how many people they estimate use WhatsApp? Have a guess if you can. What do you reckon? How many people do you think worldwide actually use it? The answer is actually incredibly, they think at the moment over 2 billion people worldwide in over 180 different countries use WhatsApp. And I'm willing to bet that virtually all, obviously not everyone, but virtually all your parents or the majority of your teachers at your school will use WhatsApp. And definitely amongst adults, it's one of the most used apps out there, okay? So that's what we're going to be talking about today, and a few safety issues to do with WhatsApp. So hope you enjoy and you learn something. Now the first thing I just want to briefly talk about with WhatsApp is, do you know how old you're meant to be to actually use WhatsApp in the UK? Okay, put your answers in the live chat if you want to have a guess at that while I quickly talk about it. But yeah, believe it or not, with WhatsApp you're actually meant to be 16. You're actually meant to be 16 to have a WhatsApp account. And obviously I know lots and lots and lots of young people of all ages do use WhatsApp, but you are meant to be 16. So hopefully if you do use it, that your parents are keeping an eye on what you're doing on there and who you've got in your friends list, etc., or in your phone book. Because obviously the thing with WhatsApp is, if somebody's got your phone number, if you've got somebody stored in your phone contacts and they've got WhatsApp, it can automatically link it to that. So that's just what you have to be careful with, and we'll talk about that shortly. Yep, so just remember, you do actually have to be 16. The next thing to talk about is actually, because it's linked to WhatsApp, is who is actually in your contacts on your phones. Maybe you could have a check after this to have a look who is actually in there. Because I hope, particularly at your age, okay, but it's just people you know in real life. So obviously your mum and dad, your parents, your family, your friends, maybe some of your school friends, people you actually know in real life and you know who they are. Don't be tempted, maybe if you're playing an online game or you're speaking to someone on social media, and if you don't know them, I hope you're not doing that, to ever give out your phone number or take their phone number, okay? Because you don't know who they are. And like I said, with the problem with WhatsApp, as good as it can be, is basically if somebody's in your phone contacts or you're in their phone contacts, if either of you have got WhatsApp, then it automatically links it to it. So then you can start messaging each other on WhatsApp as well. So you do need to be careful. So please, just like on social media, like we've talked before, have a look at your phone contacts, okay? See who's in there, and I'm hoping it's only people you know in real life. Right, one of the things people mostly use WhatsApp for is actually to get involved with group chats and create groups. And I'm sure some of you and your parents and your teachers are all in these type of groups. I know I am, because I use it quite often. Now, it's amazing really, because you can have up to 256 people in a group chat. If you wanted, you could have up to that many people. And obviously they can be great. You can set up like a school group, a work group, a friends group, a family group. If you're planning to go on a holiday somewhere with a group of people, you could have a holiday group. Like I've got some sports teams groups, all things like that, okay? And it can be really, really good. But again, you should make sure that people in that group are people you know. Especially at your age, it's better just to have people you know. Now, normally with these group chats, there's an admin, which means that's a person who can set them up. And it's up to them then who they add to that group. They can also remove people from that group, but it's the admin that has the power to do that. But just as an important safety note, if you ever don't want to be in that group or you want to leave it, it's totally up to you. You have got the power to leave the group, and you can click the button and just leave the group at any time if you don't want to be in it. But obviously, if you use it safely and sensibly, group chats can be a great way of communicating with friends and family. Okay, so just be aware of that. It's in your control, and you don't have to be in a group, and you can leave a group if you want to. Right, the final thing I want to talk about, and one of the downsides to WhatsApp, unfortunately, particularly the group chats which we just discussed are very popular, is bullying or cyberbullying that can occur. It's one of the most common ways in which bullying occurs online at the moment is in these group chats. Now, like I say, normally it's okay if you're just doing it with people you know, friends and family, people you really know. But any group you enter into, you do have to be careful, because like I just said, the admin can put anybody into that group they want, and it might be somebody that's not on your contacts list, that you're not friends with, that you don't know, yet they're still going to be able to see what you put in that group chat, and they'll also be able to see your phone number as well. So that's why you do have to be careful who's in these group chats that you're in. Okay, now I hope this doesn't ever happen to you, but if you are ever in a group chat and someone starts being nasty to you, or maybe posts images or things that you don't think you should be seeing, or saying things you shouldn't be seeing, what do you think you should do about it? Well, there's a few things you can do. Firstly, I'll tell someone. I'll tell a trusted adult, parent, teacher, auntie, uncle, whoever that may be. I'd also screenshot or save the messages, so you've got proofs, you can show them where it's coming from. I'll tell someone, and quite simply, if you don't feel comfortable, I always say this about anything online, if you feel uncomfortable or unsure about anything, just leave the group. You don't have to be in it, and if it's making you feel sad and uncomfortable, just leave it. Okay, and also I want to say, and I hope nobody on here will do this, but never get involved with bullying either. Don't be tempted to join in with people, because often that's what happens. Sometimes you may not particularly want to do bullying, but because lots of people are joining in and bullying a particular person, sometimes it's tempting to join in. Don't ever do that, because just think about how you would feel if that was happening to you or somebody you cared about. Okay, so the simple rules then with bullying: if you think it's happening to you, tell someone as soon as possible, someone you trust, save the messages, okay, or screenshot them, okay, and just leave the group. Okay, because one of the things with WhatsApp is, it's one downside, you can't really report people as such, but what you can do obviously is leave the group. You don't have to be in it. So please think about what I've said, stay safe, enjoy using the app if you do, but make sure anything that makes you feel uncomfortable, you tell an adult about it. Thanks for watching, and next week we're talking about Fortnite, so look forward to that. Stay safe, see you next week.
Thank you, Andrew. The question is, how many users does WhatsApp have worldwide? Finally this week, a very special fire service presentation narrated by Lisa. This session has been developed from a scene shown in our interactive pods that we use during Safe and Sound events at community fire stations. I'm sure some of you will have seen one of these events organised with your school and know how special our pods are.
See that lighted candle on top of the pile of books? If that candle gets knocked or falls over, those books would soon be on fire. Can you see the plug socket with a plug-in block adapter with several plugs in it? That adapter and socket are overloaded. Too many appliances are trying to get power from the same place, and this will make the plug socket overheat, and they can catch fire. See the lamp covered by clothing? Light bulbs get very hot, and it wouldn't take long before those clothes caught fire. We can see another overloaded plug socket with a block adapter. As well as getting too hot, overloaded block adapters can pull away from the socket, causing electric sparks to fly out. Sparks cause fires. Can you see the hair straighteners left on the bed? Hair straighteners or curling irons get very hot, and they take a long time to cool down. They will burn your bedding, and they have started house fires. So make sure you have a heat-proof pouch or mat and always use them. Now, what is that mobile phone doing charging under the pillow? Did you know this was extremely dangerous? If you leave the charger plugged in, it gets hotter and hotter, and the bed can catch fire. Do not charge mobile phones on your bed, and beware of cheap chargers and cables, as these often do not fit properly and damage easily and can overheat. And what have we learned about things that overheat? That's right, they start fires. You're in your bedroom when you hear the smoke alarms downstairs going off. What should you do first? Do you A, look for an adult? B, climb out of the window? C, shout fire? Or D, check the house for a fire? Think. You don't know that there is a fire, do you? It could just be your parents or carers downstairs making toast or frying sausages, and that's why the alarm has sounded. So what do you do first when you hear the smoke alarms? The correct answer is A. You look for an adult first. Never ever climb out of your window as your first action. So, to look for an adult, you'd go to your bedroom door. You touch the handle to open it. The handle is hot. Now that heat does indicate there's a fire in the house. Smoke is now entering the room underneath the door. Poisonous smoke is entering your room. What should you do? Should you A, try to open the door anyway? B. Lie down on the floor? C. Put clothes along the bottom of the door? Or D. Call the police? The correct answer is C. Put clothes along the bottom of the door to stop the smoke coming in. You could also use your bedding or towels. This gives you time to carry out your next action. So you've prevented the smoke from entering the room, but there is still a fire in the house. So what should you do next? Should you A. Call a friend? B. Call the fire service? C. Wait for an adult? Or D. Shout for help? The correct answer is B. Call the fire service. Get the professionals on their way as soon as possible. Use your mobile phone. If you don't have access to a mobile phone, open your bedroom window and shout, "Fire!" as loud as you can. Don't use the word help, only ever shout fire. And keep shouting until someone responds to you. If you have got your mobile phone, what number do you call? Do you press 911 or 112? The correct answer is 999. You will be answered by a telephone centre call operator, asking you which emergency service you require. Try and stay calm and ask for the fire service. You will then be connected to a fire service control room operator. So what information should you give the fire control operator? Is it A, B, C or D? The correct answer is A, because it contains your postcode. If you give your postcode and house number, all emergency services can locate you almost instantly. You must also tell the fire control operator that you are trapped by smoke and fire in your bedroom and where your bedroom is in the house. For example, upstairs at the front. It is so very important to know your postcode and house number. If you can't remember it, ask a parent or carer to write it down for you and keep it somewhere safe in your bedroom. So if you do need it, you can get it and read it out. Go to your window and open it. Then shout "Fire!" as loud as you can. Because you told the operator where you were in the house, that is where the firefighters will come first, with their ladders. Once you are out, stay out. Let the firefighters do their job. You stay out. Test your smoke alarms once a week. Put it on your calendar. Make that your job. And discuss an escape plan with everyone in your home. If you want help with that, go to our Staffordshire Fire and Rescue Service website and in the search engine type "Plan Your Escape." That will give you loads of advice that you can share with your family or your carers and make sure everybody is safe. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Thank you, Lisa, and our partners at Immersive Interactive for that one. The question is, why should you never charge your mobile phone under your pillow? Thank you very much to all our presenters today. As promised, the all-important answers to the questions are: on the station platform, it's a yellow line. For a healthy relationship, it's trust, communication, kindness, respect, care and honesty. A temporary sling, that could be a belt or a scarf. The WhatsApp users, there are over 2 billion users in over 180 different countries. And because your mobile phone will get warm and may start a fire right beneath your face. So thank you everyone for watching. Stay safe and take care, and we'll see you all again next week. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul, for hosting this extremely important broadcast today. And like Paul said, there'll be more of these broadcasts coming up over the next few weeks, so please keep watching on the Learn Live channel. I just want to say another thank you to all the speakers from Staffordshire Fire and Rescue Service, Network Rail, New Era, HMB Training and Tamworth Borough Council. The tips that have been given us today are so valuable to know, so thank you. And as Paul said, if you have any further questions for our speakers today, please leave them in the live chat next to the video player, where they'll get back to you as soon as possible. So that's all from us today. See you next week as we have more speakers from Staffordshire Fire and Rescue partners and agencies. You don't want to miss it. Bye for now, and please stay safe.
Thank you.